On this day in history, April 12th, 240, Shapur I becomes co-emperor of the Sasanian Empire with his father, Ardashir I. Included in the following is an excerpt from the 1944 edition of the Encyclopedia Britannica, going over the history of Shapur. Shapur I, from 241 AD to 272, son of Ardashir I. The Persian legend, which makes him the son of an Arsacid princess, is not historical. Ardashir had, towards the end of his reign, renewed the war against Rome. Shapur conquered the Mesopotamian fortresses Nisibis and Karhe and advanced into Syria. But he was driven back by C. Phorius Timotheus, father-in-law of the young emperor Gordianus III, and beaten at Racina, 243. Shortly afterwards, Timotheus died, and Gordianus was murdered by Philip the Arabian, who concluded an ignominious peace with the Persians, 244. When the invasion of the Goths and the continuous elevation of new emperors after the death of Decius, 251, brought the Roman Empire to utter dissolution, Shapur resumed his attacks. He conquered Armenia, invaded Syria, and plundered Antioch. At last the Emperor Valerianus marched against him, but suffered near Edessa the fate of Crassus, 260. Shapur advanced into Asia Minor, but was beaten by Ballista. And now Odenath, prince of Palmyra, rose in his rear, defeated the Persian army, reconquered Karhe and Nisibis, captured the royal harem, and twice invested Ctesiphon, 263 to 265. Shapur was unable to resume the offensive. He even lost Armenia again. But according to Persian and Arabic traditions, which appeared to be trustworthy, he conquered the great fortress of Hatra in the Mesopotamian desert. And the great glory of his reign was that a Roman emperor was by him kept prisoner to the day of his death. In the valley of Istakar, near Persepolis, under the tombs of the Achaemenids at Nakshi Rostam, Shapur is represented on horseback, in the royal armor, with the crown on his head. Before him kneels Valerian, in Roman dress, asking for grace. The same scene is represented on the rocks near the ruins of the towns Darabjar and Shapur in Persis. Shapur left other reliefs and rock inscriptions. One, at Nakshi Rajab, near Persepolis, is accompanied by a Greek translation. Here he calls himself the Mazdayasinian, worshipper of Ahura-Mazda, the god Sapores, king of kings of the Aryans, Iranians, and non-Aryans, of divine descent, son of the Mazdayasinian, the god Artaxerxes, king of kings of the Aryans, grandson of the god King Papak. Another long inscription at Hajibad, Ishtakar, mentions the king's exploits in archery, in the presence of his nobles. From his titles we learn that Shapur I claimed the sovereignty over the whole earth, although in reality his domain extended little farther than that of Ardashir I. Shapur built the great town of Gundev Shapur near the old Achaemenian capital Susa, and increased the fertility of this rich district by a barrage through the Quran River near Shuster, which was built by the Roman prisoners and is still called Bandi-i-Caesar, the mole of the Caesar. Under his reign, the prophet Mani, the founder of Manichaeism, began his preaching in Persia, and the king himself seems to have favored his ideas.